program? You can be honest, and you're not gonna hurt our feelings. A bad
No jokes.
perspective of us. Thank you for being honest. Since being with us for 4 weeks, is that still this? Do y'all still have a bad perspective of us? Be honest. I'm not. You ain't gonna hurt our feelings.
Okay. Why you still got a bad perspective?
Cause
Cause what?
I just don't like police.
You don't like police?
Certain.
Certain police. Okay. Certain police that don't look like you, or
No.
okay.
Was there something that
On
happened?
YouTube, some of them were corrupt.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, that's just a given. There's gonna be corruption in some police, especially like in other countries, the police are corrupt. So
Hold on.
people may have a fear.
Give me 1 second. Who told you guys to come? Starting with you. Because I bet if you guys ask, we might say yes.
Pedro asked me. That was the only one.
So next time, ask. Just cross it.
Yeah. So you said it's corruption. That's why you leery of trusting the police. Okay. So being in this program, you interacting with Officer Keno and everybody else, officers, here at CMPD, does that make you feel a little closer or a little, open to trusting police that you've been in contact with?
No.
Huh? No? Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Have you had any personal experiences that have shaped your views?
No.
No? Anybody in here had any personal experiences with police officers that have shaped your views? Go ahead.
This was like back when I was like 7, 8,
Let him
Go
talk.
ahead.
my brother, he had done something, and I forgot what happened, but he was a part of it, but wasn't really. It wasn't a conspiracy. It was something else. I don't know what they had him on. But police that came knocking on the door.
Go ahead.
We came knocking on the door, screaming like, "Is Abraham here?" And I'm like, and I was so scared because I'm a little kid seeing these police officers. I was like, bro.
If someone's talking, y'all pay attention. Stop looking out the window.
And I just didn't like police.
Because they was looking for you? You would say?
No, they were looking for my brother.
Has that changed now? Do you have a different perspective of us?
A little bit.
Better?
I like some of that. I like you, Cruz.
You ain't gotta call it, man. I wanna know that y'all had a better
You can
experience.
say it again if you want.
That's what we wanna know.
I like to hear it.
That's part of what the program is. Y'all to get to know us. There's a lot of us like this that we want to be here for y'all to make this a better place where we're all together. And so we like hearing from this. So thank you for being honest.
Yep. Who else? Anybody else have? Go ahead.
Back when I was in elementary school, some resource officers kept on targeting me because back in elementary school, I always used to do stuff and get published stuff. But then every single time I wasn't doing it, it was something else happened. They always told me to do it.
Where'd you go to elementary school?
It was all the way in Avery. It was in my elementary school.
And they had police officers?
Yeah, they had resource officers. And then every single time something else happened, they always targeted me.
DJ, can you share? Cause you raised your hand for both of your
No.
It didn't change.
You raised your hand there.
No.
You say your perspective hasn't changed. Can you elaborate on that?
Oh, that.
Hey.
Like, I don't really have any stories with it. But like, I don't really be messing with the cops like that. That's all I'm saying.
Like, why? Why?
What you be doing for them? Like when I was younger, like I would see cops merging in my other people's house and my house or what, and they'll mess up my house and say things and yell things. So I just don't really mess with the cops like that.
Got it. Anybody else? Personal experiences? Go ahead, Maynard.
I feel like it changed the experience for me on how I look at officers because, back then I thought they was just say outrageous
Okay.
Feel like you just going to treat I would do what I want to treat.
Okay.
You
All right.
hit the nail on the head. That's the number one thing with like 99% of officers. If you're respectful and you're honest, I promise you they can get you out of so much stuff. Now at the end of the day, if you did something bad, you get in trouble for it. You gotta look at yourself for that. But honesty, respect, 99% of the time you're gonna get out of something.
I can tell you a bunch of stories where I've gotten out with people, I pulled people over, and they just told me the truth. That's the difference between you walking away in handcuffs or that's you getting a warning or a ticket. Just when you get out with the police, just be honest, and they will work with you.
All right.
Any of you guys, I know it's still early on, you guys are young, got whole life ahead of you. Any of you guys may think you might be a police officer one day?
Last choice.
Do? Okay. And that's fine. You know, when I was you guys' age, being a police officer wasn't on my radar. But life has a way of directing you down the path, you know. I know somebody said last choice, but yeah, I mean it has a way of directing you down the right path, you know. So when I was, 23 or even 33, I didn't expect to be a cop. Because life has a way of, putting you on the right path, what you're supposed to do in life. So being a police officer is a good job, good rewarding job. I became a police officer to help people. That's kind of the cliche answer. But more importantly, when you go beneath the surface into that, you guys see me and I look like you guys, as opposed to see another cop who may look like you, like, okay, I may not feel comfortable interacting with this cop. But so I always want to come and change the narrative that all cops are not bad. We all want to help people, make sure people get home safe. If something bad happens to you, we want to come and help you. I'll put my life on the line for all of you guys. If you guys are in danger, I'll run to the danger and put my life on the line for you guys. So I want you guys to know that. You say you don't, what's his name? Wolfie. You say you don't want to mess with the police, you don't like the police, but even with you saying that, if I was a lead from here and see you in the street somewhere and you're in trouble, man, I'll come to help you. I'll put my life, on the line for you to protect you. That's just what we signed up for. So hopefully that will help change you guys' perspective when you see other officers who look similar to you, that we're all here to help you and just let you know that all police are not bad, So
Has there been any bad cops here?
I'm sure there has been. Yeah, I mean, you've seen it on the news.
Do y'all know any bad cops?
I mean, I don't know any. I don't work with any bad cops. Everybody I work with is good people. The bad cops you see are the ones that see from the news who do bad things and they're caught doing that.
And cops can get arrested too?
Yeah, and cops get arrested too. And that's embarrassing. Not embarrassing for them, their family, and the department. And what they do is a reflection of us. So, let's say, if a cop does something in another state, people just gonna think all cops are like that. You guys were probably just like 5 years ago with the George Floyd thing. You guys may not remember that, but the George Floyd thing. When the cop put his knee on George Floyd's neck, and he died. Everybody thought cops were like that.
And he went to jail for that too.
Yeah, he's in jail now.
Yeah, because he wasn't. What was his sentence?
I don't know what his sentence was. I mean, I don't know if he got life or he got maybe like 20-something years. There's a lot.
He got life for murder.
Okay. Yeah.
But y'all gotta remember, we officers are more pissed off at that officer doing that than y'all would be, because that looks so bad on us. And we have to change our perspective to everyone else, be like, we're not that type of officer. You got those type of people everywhere. Bad doctors, bad surgeons, bad nurses. You got them all over the place. So just like everybody else, we don't want them here either.
I'll say this. So I'm on the civilian side, and I'm from Atlanta. I did not like police officers. I did not. I grew up on the south side of Atlanta. Didn't see a lot of positive police interactions, even though I never personally had involvement. But the thing that changed for me, it was after, it was the young man was killed in St. Louis, Missouri. Mike Brown, unarmed black man, and he got shot and killed. And I was the type out protesting, F the police, like that was me. So for me to even be here now, it was like, what clicked for me was, you know what, if somebody's kicking in your mom's door at 3 o'clock in the morning, regardless of how you feel about police officers, you need them. They're a very important part of the community, right? So it's like, what can we do to help build those bridges? Because at the end of the day, you need them, right?
That's a good point too. Before I became a cop, like I said, I wasn't a cop when Mike Brown did that in 2016. But I remember when this happened. I was in Missouri because I was on active duty, Army training at the time. But yeah, a civilian on the outside looking in, all you see is the end part.
Right.
You don't see the beginning and
Right.
the middle. But being a police officer, we're trained and now we know what happens from the beginning, the middle, and the end. So when people upload these snippets online about it escalating, recently with the kid who resisted getting out of his car and they broke the window and punched him and all that stuff, you know, they didn't show the whole video.
Right.
Now they see the whole video, okay, now I see what happened. The officer was trying to de-escalate the situation, he was resisting, this is what happened. You know, so being on the police side, you know, we know how things go from start to finish, as opposed to if I wasn't a police officer, I'll just go off of what they post online, just the snippets. You know?
That was a big part for me too, learning, right? And now I was like, man, these are good dudes and females as well. You know what I mean? And that second part you said about seeing the whole story. Like when news breaks now, it's like it's more to it.
Yeah, they don't show you the bad part.
Right.
You know?
And so you wait for me, it's like waiting to hear the full story before I make a judgment or opinion.
And also, guys, you know, you guys mentioned that you maybe had like a bad experience in your life with police or whatever. Officers here, they might went through the same thing, and they became an officer. They have their reasons why.
Some people I know who had bad experience with cops, became cops. One of my coworkers, she's working right now. She became a cop because she had a bad experience. The police killed her father.
Wow.
In New York, and she became a cop. So how you think that was for her, you know, to make that decision? You know, these police officers killed my father, you know, if it was just or unjust, whatever, we don't know, but, you know, that had to be a lot for her to do that, but she wanted to make a difference.
Do you guys get mad if somebody kills your search dog?
Huh?
Your search dog?
Search dog, canine dog?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like another officer. Canine dogs are sworn officers too, so if somebody kill a canine, that's like killing, you know, me or, you know, or one of these guys in here, you know, we take it
Like,
personal.
you get extra mad.
We get mad. Next.
But you don't have them here?
Staff who here?
Surface dogs.
No, they were the canine officers, yeah. Canine officers patrol the whole city.
We
so
can
whenever
get them
we-
to come.
Yeah, I mean, something you might can do, yeah.
We should see them.
So let me ask this, for the ones that don't like the police, right, or didn't like the police before this, there's so much conversation about not liking us and not, you know, the stereotypes that we have, but what are some things we can do to better the relationship? If you, in a perfect world, you saw a police officer, what would you like them to do in order to increase that relationship that you guys have? Because there's so much focused on hating the police, right? Not liking the police for whatever reason.
Come off bad. Like, I feel like if you come off bad to an officer, then it can escalate to something that it shouldn't be. You know? Like, do you understand? Like,
Are you saying like you as a person, you're not
yeah, like,
disrespectful?
if you don't come off disrespectful, then they won't come off disrespectfully to you.
Okay, so generally your interactions with officers, you want
Yeah.
to be better.
Yeah.
Okay. What are some things that you think we could do to make sure that officers are better?
Like, I don't know. I'm not an officer. I wouldn't know.
Do you think that what we're doing with you guys is something positive for the future as you guys are growing up?
Maynard, did you have something?
I think,
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe like trying to say like there was certain cases where there's two people like maybe trying to understand both sides or maybe like trying to comprehend both sides because what if that happened for a reason and then y'all don't know and y'all think they just did it because they just did it and not just arrest them for them, like, you know, maybe just try to
So what you're saying is listening to everybody.
yeah, like listen to every side of the conflict of the whole story.
Sure. Javier?
well, I feel like if like more cops didn't discriminate, like more interactions would be better.
So how do you think we move forward? What are some things you think we could do to not discriminate?
Well, try and see the situation out based on what happened and like not their skin color and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's
So-
for some cops that do discriminate.
Do what?
That's just for cops that do discriminate.
Okay. Okay. So the conversation that I'm trying to have with you guys, you young gentlemen, is it's our job to build that relationship, right? We have a whole unit, keep in mind, our unit, our community engagement unit is one of very select few in the entire United States that actually have a dedicated community engagement unit. Think about that. Think about how many thousands of police departments there are in the United States, and we're one of the select few that actually have officers assigned to try to figure out these problems, to try and see how we can increase these relationships. So just because do you have a question?
I don't know, just say something.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Another like, way I feel like it would be better just like I don't know how to say it. Whenever I go down North Tryon, I always see a cop around every corner. Like I always see like the camera lights in the parking lots, like all that stuff. Like I know, like I understand it's for our safety and stuff, but like there are good people in those areas that just don't do nothing. They just be chilling. They have like.
But you gotta think, those aren't the people that we're targeting.
I know.
Or depending on the persona.
We're trying to protect the ones that are doing that good stuff.
I know, but
Business.
Are you saying it's too much?
sometimes, yeah, cause then they just start thinking everyone's just the same at that point.
Yeah, I feel like cop cars scare people.
Honestly.
Not me though, but like, you know, like anytime somebody see a cop car.
So you
like,
think if you're doing something wrong, you will get scared or you'll feel safe?
I mean, I don't know.
So if you took us out and you said, all right, all the cop cars are gonna stay in their division and then just drive only when they get a call for service.
No, I'm not
So
saying
what?
that.
No,
I mean, that-
what's gonna happen if your door gets kicked in? If you don't live near a police department,
I live right out.
it's gonna be a minute.
So what he's trying to tell you is, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, no, elaborate.
What he's trying to tell you is that, you know, we always talk about, there's a lot of discussion about response time. So our response time to a call is gonna be quicker for us if we're in those areas, on North Tryon, on South Boulevard, on Central Avenue. If we're in those areas already patrolling and just riding around, so if something happens, if the door gets kicked in, we can be there almost immediately. Instead, if we just sit here, it's gonna take us 5 to 10 minutes. A lot can happen in 5 minutes. So that's why y'all seeing cars and the cameras and stuff like that, so we can have quicker response times to help. Because all of us got in this job to help. There's not one officer that said they got in this job other than help. We want to help other people.
Can I say something to that too? So there was a study done too. So in the aftermath of the Keith Scott shooting, there was a huge uprising in Charlotte. I'm not sure if y'all remember that. A lot of people protesting. And so our unit was created out of that. And so it was really intentional about doing questionnaires and surveys to see what did the community want. An overwhelming number of people said they want a bigger police presence, right? Especially in those areas like North Tryon, right? And so it's a fine line to try to meet what people say they want, but at the same time, for those that don't want it, it's like, well, who do you go with, right? Go ahead, Maynard.
I was like, I don't know if it's me, but I also seen like a lot of people just get pulled over for the little simplest things. Like it could be expired tag, like window tint, broken window, not having the headlights on a certain time. It's just like, I don't know, I feel like just pulling over because they ain't getting.
But do you know what that could lead to for us?
Especially not having headlights on in the dark.
That could lead to us getting someone that's violent that has a gun off the street, just off that little thing.
Or a broken window, the car could be stolen.
So y'all guess they got a gun.
Huh? I guess.
You said he was saying.
No, but I'm if we saying
stop
it
the
could
car, we
lead to
can-
that.
Yeah.
I just see a lot of people just get pulled over.
Like we have the discretion to give you a ticket
Headlights,
or not.
broken headlights,
We don't.
you know.
We don't have to give you a ticket for that. But it could lead to something that'll make your community safer if we get that off the street, off a registration or a broken tail light.
But police officers
something minor.
also say it's part of their job to give out tickets. I don't know, like they be
We
saying
don't
it's
have
part
to
of-
give.
We don't
They
have to-
personally told you that?
We don't have to.
You know, like, I
How
see-
you know
no,
that?
It's cause like, I don't know about y'all, but I'll be going on YouTube, right, and I'll be searching like.
So this is not personal, like,
We can only,
this is YouTube.
Maynard, we can only speak for CMPD.
Yeah.
CMPD, we don't have to give out tickets.
We're telling you that we don't have quotas.
We don't.
We don't have to give out tickets.
I just seen like YouTube videos on body cam.
Stay off YouTube. Stay off YouTube. No.
I be watching that to that one state trooper that pulled my mom over on our way to rally. I do not like it. We're only doing one over the speed limit. to
Were you driving?
No, my mom was. Why would I be driving?
I don't know.
If I was,
We've seen YouTube videos of kids your age driving.
No, but like, have y'all ever pulled over?
Oh, yeah.
Have y'all ever pulled over?
Y'all pulled over a kid?
For sure.
Yeah.
Kids drive them all the time. It's usually stolen.
So you got anything else you wanna ask? Anything?
They call you off, you were talking. When you
Oh,
were
yeah,
talking, they
yeah,
call
yeah,
you
you
off.
trying to make your point.
Yeah.
Cut you off.
You forgot.
You was going somewhere good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were.
It's gone now.
All right. Any more questions, guys? We're gonna finish the tour.
Alright, if you're in a chair, just put us.
No, just